Hi, welcome to another edition of Soto Desperado Plays Ark Survival Ascended. And I'm going to go to the north area and try to get some oil, try to get some polymer. And the reason why I'm doing that is because I need more cryopods. I need to start storing my stuff more because I got very little space to work with. So, and I don't want to expand the base. I might wind up moving the base. I'm not sure. But either way, we might stay there and make a little water pen because it is an okay location. And that's what I'm doing right now. There's a white drop. There's a blue drop. Now I'm not on my battle bird. I'm on my weight bird, so I can't do a lot of fighting. I do have my pelican with me, the new 120 level pelican. It can handle my weight, so I'm going to try to see if I can level it up by killing some penguins. And I'll just put Heavy Bobby on hold, I guess, or in cryo if necessary. Alright, let's start the video. We got a couple of videos. It's a beautiful day today. This guy's Nate Roscoe, Red Letter Podcast. He works with what's his name? Jack Morgan. And that's who this kid is. Is like his side guy. And I don't know who this is, but their video is LA is overrated as fuck. The city of lies and gaslighting. Alright, so we're gonna play that. It's only 10 minutes.
Alright, boys. It's your favorite greasy Italian wop here. Today we're going to be talking about Los Angeles, California, Hollywood, bright lights, yay. Alright, that's kind of lame. Today I have a fellow black guy on the podcast. I know you guys are like, hey, we need a second black dude on the show. This is Mike.
I also go by Caucasian Mike on Instagram. Very confusing for a lot of people, but...
Yeah, and I go by Black Nate. Here's my opinion on this city. I've been here 3 times, and it's a beautiful... I will say this, LA has some of the best land in the country. It's got to be the most breathtaking, stunning, beautiful shithole in the country. I love this city. And I'm gaslighting you by saying that, but we're going to get into it a little bit more. In my opinion, this is kind of the city of gaslight.
Yeah, I mean, everything is just one big lie. I think when
after another.
when you see pictures of Los Angeles, it's always the nicest pockets.
Yeah.
That you'll, like, when you go to those real spots, like you go to Santa Monica, it's probably like a square of Santa Monica that's like actually nice, where the grass is green, and then you walk literally across the street and there's just like homeless people everywhere.
Skid Row.
Yeah, Skid Row, Venice. I don't like going to Venice. Every time I've been to Venice, it's just disgusting. Hollywood is disgusting.
It really is, dude. The entertainment industry has like all these bright lights. Everyone has this perception of like, oh, the bright lights, the big city, you can come here and make your dream a reality. When in reality, it's like most of the people who made their dream a reality were just like sucking Harvey Weinstein's penis. So it's like not really a reality for like the regular person. You move to the city very quickly. I imagine it's a slap in the fucking face.
That's one way to get ahead, right?
I've just visited here. A week is about all I can handle.
Yeah.
And then I have to take like a 4-month break.
Yeah, so if we look into that, if we talk more about that angle of like when you visit California, specifically Los Angeles. So when I lived in on Hollywood Boulevard, literally the strip where all the stars are, and I would always be bewildered of foreigners that would come to Hollywood for vacation.
Yeah.
These people, they're from Sweden, they're from whatever, Finland, stuff like that. And I'm like, dear Lord, please don't touch anything. like that's my I'm a germaphobe, so that's my initial thought. And their kids are like sitting on the ground. I'm like, a homeless person had stage 4 diarrhea in that spot just yesterday. And their 4-year-old little girl is laying on the ground right there.
Yeah, she thinks it's water.
Yeah,
it's not.
It's a monkey pox juice.
It's liquid shit. Yeah. But no, that's like And then another thing that's upsetting about the city, not just the rampant homelessness, not just the mess, the trash, the expensive prices for literally everything. Shit you wouldn't even think. It's like 75 cents for a fucking extra sauce at like at a burger.
Why are you
King.
attacking
You're like,
everything, you fucking
But like
bird?
aside from all of that, the general attitude of probably the population seems to be kind of covered in this like cloud of like deceit and like fakeness, and like there's a flaky energy about the city, like of people that like people who live here. There's like certain
so
like people who just
weird.
like flake and like they just disappear, they ghost you, they're just out of your life. That's crazy to me. I've never seen it on this level, but it's bad here in this town.
Well, I think it's because they don't find value in you, in the sense where they don't see you as someone that's going to get them to the next level of where they're trying to be, so they drop you. You're not Harvey Weinstein, basically.
That's true. And Mike is a fellow content creator, so like that is also huge in our industry. Like of content creation, it's like, what have you done for me lately? Like, can you help me? And the second that any value that they might have perceived you had is maybe not immediately real, like actualized, they just distance themselves from you.
Yep.
Like, dude, I had a friend, I'm not going to say who, but like the first time I ever came to the city, he let me stay with him for a week. And I can get a little like, you know, I can get a little like wild sometimes or annoying. I know that, like in close proximity when I try to entertain myself. But like, you know, I would apologize. I'm like, hey man, if I'm ever too much, like let me know. And he's like, no, dude, you're good. You're good. It's cool. And he was like happy to have me. And then like as soon as I went back, like 2 weeks later, this dude just went fucking full radio silence on me. He watches my stories. He still follows me, but he doesn't return my calls. He turned off read receipts on text message, and he doesn't return anything. So he just completely disappeared. And he might have just thought like, oh, he might try and use me to stay again, like here again.
Yeah.
I really just wanted to see him. The second time it came out, nothing, not a single fucking thing from this dude. And I'm like, this is the weirdest energy. It's just so flaky, and I'm not like, I hate that. I really hate that because I'm from a place where people are just relatively direct.
Oh, I forgot
Like,
a
they'll tell you
centerpiece.
how they feel about something, and if there's a problem, you can just work on it.
Yeah. I mean, it kind of.
Do you have an experience with that?
I for sure California
that's a
is
good
that
level.
place. I have a lot of pockets of friends
I
and
think I have
former
any fish,
friends, and
so.
I've had several conversations with
Yeah,
just
I don't
people
have
I'm
any
close
fish.
with of how, you know, people just stop talking to you. Like I same situation, not literally the same, but same instance, similar, of people just no longer communicating with me.
Yeah.
But I'm same thing, Leo. I'll tell you, it's like, hey, like I'm a little autistic brain. Like, let me know if I'm a little too much.
Yeah.
And
Happens.
you know, I'm a very blunt and honest person.
I'm a comic. I'm very out of pocket. I'm the same. Like I'm like that too.
Yeah, but still, like you know, I was raised right. I mean, I'm respectful for the most part. I don't treat people disparagingly, and yeah, if it's like you were saying, the land of gaslighting, right? It's like, oh, we were never
what it is,
were never friends. It's like, no, I stayed with you for a week. Remember? It's
We
like,
had
no,
pictures together.
yeah, we had pictures together. You met my parents. Like,
we
nope.
went to the top of Runyon Canyon. We're not friends.
Yeah.
Are you
It's
fucking
like,
insane?
No, we were never friends. Yeah, I don't remember you at all. Like that's how it is. And it's funny because people always say things like, hey, when you want to look at the behavior of citizens or whatever, just look at the top. It's the same thing. You know, Gavin Newsom, you know, gaslighting us. There's no homeless problem. There's no problems in California. I watched a video of a guy complaining to Gavin Newsom, and maybe we'll find the clip. He was complaining to Gavin Newsom that his, I don't know if it was rent or he was just talking about inflation, pricings of things were too high. And Gavin Newsom literally told the guy, he's like, no, it's not. He's like, no, it's not. That's not what's happening.
Dude.
And the guy was like, what do you,
that's
what
a
do you
good
mean?
one.
And this was like in a press conference. The guy was like, what do you mean this isn't
Oh,
happening?
my goodness,
It's
that's
like,
a
where
good one.
are you not the governor of California?
To defend Gavin Newsom saying rent is not too high, that's what he said. It's like,
Yeah.
to be fair, there's probably a lot of people here not paying rent at all. So to them, it's not
Yep.
too high because
Yep.
they're like, oh, I don't need to pay rent.
The government's paying rent for them.
Yeah, straight up. You're like, all right, it's basically running a UBI system over here.
Oh, jeez.
Not even an honor-based system. Just, oh, here you go.
Yeah.
Dude, it's weird because, like, the blue-collar, like, immigrants I've met here, they're the coolest people in this town. They're the most down-to-earth. They're just trying to provide for their families. They're pretty cool, at least in my experience.
Yeah.
You might have had something different. But I've noticed those people are cool. They're respectful. They're nice people. But then it's just like, I feel like everyone here is a transplant too. Like no one.
Yeah, everyone here is trans. Yeah.
I rarely meet someone like born and raised West Hollywood, California. They're like, oh, I moved here from fucking, I don't know. I was just doing some shit accent, but like they moved here from somewhere. But that might be another thing too. Is like you said, everyone's trying to ascend the ranks, and they just move from somewhere else, and they don't see
He's killing me, this guy.
value in you. They just fucking either ignore you,
Yeah.
or pretend you're inhuman. And then one of our friends, who I'm not going to say his name, but you know who I'm talking about. He's told me about like people who like when he starts doing better, like people that have like gone out of his life will just like suddenly come out of the woodwork, like be nice to him again. It's like the most disgusting shit ever.
That's how it works.
It's insane.
People always want something from you. It's sadly, and this is, I mean, probably more so from men, unless we provide. Who is it? Was it Chris Rock? Chris Rock had the joke. He's like, men, we're judged by what value we bring to others.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of sad.
Oh, dude, and speaking of that, if that's just friendships, like just male friendships, since we're both guys, I can only imagine what dating in this city is like.
Oh.
Even in like better parts of California that aren't so fucking fake, but like, I can only imagine what that's like.
I mean, I've only specifically heard. I've never dated anyone from LA.
I think I got it.
Wow, okay.
I've only heard horror stories.
Oh, I think
if you want
I may
2
have lost
years of your
taming
life
efficiency,
stolen,
but I need the stats, not the other.
go to a
shit.
club. Right?
Yeah.
Go to a strip club.
Yeah, man.
If you want a wife that's going to give you kids, it's going to treat you well, go to church.
Yeah. That's
My
for
opinion.
Nazis. What that is Nazi talk. This is the Nazi part of the show.
What are you alt-right?
Yeah, what are you, alt-right?
I didn't know you were alt-right.
You're trying to continue your fucking bloodline, you pussy? Trying to have kids and a wife? A monogamous relationship?
How dare you?
But that's the way it is, man. I've accepted that about the city. That's why I can only handle about a couple weeks a year visiting here. But it's nice to visit every once in a while because it's like
If I
it's
can get
different
some
from the East
fish,
Coast,
I
which
might
I'm
be
used
able
to.
to.
Like I have family who lives in Florida,
that
family
thing.
from New York. You know, that's what I'm used to is that type of people, and then it's just different over here, and that's okay. I'm used to it at this point. I get flaked on even by my own fucking friends who I've hung out with and worked with a bunch, and I'm like, all right, I'll remember that, you know. And then, you know, you have a video go viral, and they're like, oh, Nate, good for you, man. How have you been? I'm like, dude, you don't get to do that.
Yeah.
You don't get to do that to me. But, yeah. But, no, that was just a little yapping about
Fun
L.A.
fish.
Mike, thanks for coming on.
Yeah, of
you know,
course.
you're someone who actually lives here, so you know better than I do. But, yeah, that's what we're going to call it there. But, yeah, thanks for coming on, man. Appreciate you. That was a black handshake. Let's do it.
We got a little bit of piranha meat. You always want to try to use this to get more meat. That's 90. Right there. That should be enough, but I'm going to see if I can get one more fish. And now we're good. Well, the thing is, I think that people are full of shit in general as it is. And then you go to some place where they're socially, like here in San Antonio, they're socially kind of like, how can I say this? They socially have been compared to being flaky. That's the word people have used. They're socially flaky. But what I see is this. They have taken on the characteristics of corporate. And they are not in any way oops, let's get this guy. Ooh, that's good. Good headshot. This is a better Pelagornis than the one I'm on. It's good to have an extra. That's 224, which is what? 40 minus 224, that's 16 points off. This one is same thing. Oh no, 8. This is 8 points off. So this is really good. And it's got a baby. It's got a freaking baby. Oh. Oh, I don't have enough cryos. Shit. Well, what I could do... I was going to get Polly. I'm still healing from the attack. Make sure I heal up. I'll leave this guy here. I don't think anything's going to manifest here. And I'll come back and see what I can grab. I'm trying to get some Polly. I have to go back on the bird because the weight bird will carry stuff. Let's see. The whole goal was to level this up anyway. Yeah, people are kind of like being socially flaky around here. But the thing is, it's like most people, in my opinion, have just gone completely soulless. I mean, they just honestly don't give a fuck. I'm sorry to say it, but I mean, my mom was an asshole who didn't care. My father was an asshole who didn't care. Everybody in my life has been some asshole who didn't care. So I figured if I cared, I'd be better off. You know, I'd be doing better. Well, it turns out if you care, you're a sucker. If you care, you're compassionate in the wrong way. You go too far, you're just somebody that's going to be used. And that's what happened, you know? Fucking Pelagornis. How dare you attack me back? Where do you get off attacking me back? Anyway. Okay, so far so good. I have to bring the bird over here, try to get some oil. Anyway, let's go to the next video. Flaky motherfuckers. Now this guy, Chosen One's a big sign you're a target. He's new. Anthony the Witness says your sleep is disturbed. I haven't had good sleep, but I'm very medically ill. So there's a lot of things throwing me off. So this probably doesn't apply to me. If I was a Chosen One, brother, I'd be set, you know.
You are a chosen one of God.
Oh boy. Okay.
Your life has been bought by the precious blood of Jesus. And there is no way Satan can take this away from you. The devil wants you to be disturbed. He wants to keep you up all night, every night. Worrying, fearing, dreading, and anxious. Satan knows the most important thing in your life is your sleep. He can of course, get into your mind. And then he can slow you down. And if you've not had enough sleep, you will not function correctly. And the devil knows it. That is why he will give you nightmares and reminders of your past failures. These are tried and tested strategies of Satan that have an effect on so many people, but not all of us. It's part of Satan's plan that you should never move forward in your life, in your purpose for the Lord Jesus. Satan wants you to give up on your faith. But how can he achieve this? I'll tell you. He wants you to doubt yourself. Self-doubt is one of the biggest weapons he has. And he has a plan for you. A lack of confidence leads to self-doubt.
It looks like the baby disappeared.
Doubts about yourself. Doubts that you'll be taken seriously. Doubts that you're not good enough. That you might fall short in something. The fears that you'll be laughed at. Chosen ones, whenever you have these thoughts, whenever they come into your mind, hold them captive. Hold them captive. Recognize where they came from. They are demonic and negative thoughts.
Well, it looks like that
designed
baby
to limit you. They cannot be allowed to prevail in your life. It's a weapon of spiritual warfare. A weapon Satan uses to inflict harm in your life, to limit you. Another thing Satan uses is the power of distraction. There's so many things going on in the world right now. Everyone's running around trying to impress. Everyone's got to be top dog. Everyone's got to be top of the tree. You don't have to follow the pattern of the world. You don't have to listen to the foolish. They will never accept you anyway. God created you perfect as you are.
I'm looking for that little baby.
There's so many millions of people who's falling for this trap.
See if I find it.
It's the greatest mass deception of all time
The thing is, it's so
from the
small.
enemy.
It'll be real hard to see it.
His tactic is to make you feel fearful and desperate in your life. Desperate because you can't cope. Maybe. Desperate because it all seems too much. The pressures of this world. And desperate because things seem more complicated now in every walk of life. And then maybe if you go into the ministry, people will laugh at you. And you're thinking, why don't they accept me? Well, by limiting yourself like this, by thinking like this, you've even started to make it more difficult for yourself and easier for the enemy. Remember, all things can be achieved through faith in Jesus. It says in Philippians 4:13, I can do all this through through him that gives me strength. When we focus on worldly things and not God, Satan knows you will have people totally distracted from their purpose and calling. We are distracted by technology and gadgets. I believe that we're no better off in this new age. With all the new inventions that we have, we're no better off. Does it make people happier? No. It doesn't. Years ago, people seemed happier with a lot less. The tree of the knowledge of good and evil should never have been touched, because we've interfered with what was forbidden. We became too clever at creating inventions. But at the same time, we distance ourselves from the Most High God. And these inventions never improved life at all. God is not impressed with any man-made inventions. I believe Satan is behind technology and gadgets. He has a vested interest. People are so distracted with the modern day lifestyle. It's no accident. It's all part of the devil's plan. It's like you've got to get back on the hamster wheel of life, running and searching and never being pleased, and never finding what you're looking for, never being satisfied, never being good enough. Is this what you want for your life? From your start of your life to the finish of your life, is this what you want? When people don't feel good enough about themselves, people forget about God and behave purely based on their own feelings instead of the common sense truth of the Bible. Life nowadays is all based on how we feel right now. So when people don't feel good about themselves, they waste time, they waste energy, and they waste money trying to change themselves and their surroundings. Trying to make themselves happy. It becomes an obsession and a massive distraction. Again and again. So when people get home at the end of the day, they're worried about being accepted. They're asking themselves the question, how do people perceive me? What can I do to improve my chances of success in this world? Should I change the way I look? Should I try to act different? What can I do for people to like me more, to accept me? Satan knows there's an end to this game. There's no end to this game. There's no end to this game. And one thing leads to another and another until we've destroyed ourselves. What was once beautiful and simple, Satan wants to destroy. He also wants you drained and exhausted, too tired to do anything but sleep. And this pattern continues and never changes. Then the Word of God becomes less and less important in your life because you're more obsessed with keeping up with the world. Satan's tactics are to keep the chosen ones so preoccupied with the things of this world that they have very little time for a close relationship with their Lord and Saviour, the Most High God. We are now slaves to the world. And who controls the world? Satan. He is the prince of this world at this moment for a limited time. But he is still deceiving the nations. Jesus said, Satan is a liar and accuser of the brethren. And Jesus should know because he knew him first. Jesus knew Satan first. Satan's work is to deceive mankind of the inheritance of the salvation. Satan is very real. I keep telling people. People sometimes say in the comments, stop talking negative.
Shit. No,
That's the reason
okay.
why I'm
I'll be
here
fine.
as a witness, warning people
I just got spooked.
what to expect. And the pattern of the evil one, the patterns.
Okay.
Satan hates people. He hates them. He hates the chosen ones and he hates the elect. He hates us all, hates all Christians. I'm not a preacher. I don't stand in church every week. Maybe I say things that's not pleasing to the ears. Maybe the things I say, they're not really good for Sunday afternoon tea and crumpets. Well, that's fine. That's not my purpose.
Shit, that thing's too close.
The chosen ones have been through hell on earth. They must be an encouragement for others. If they came through the torture and the persecution of this world, so can you. We went through it first. I'm so glad Jesus himself told us about Satan in his ministry on the earth when he was here. So many people think that they can live up to the standard of this world. They want to be rewarded by the world system. They want a pat on the back for playing the game. The recognition this world will give you is short-lived, only for a few decades. And then what will you do? Don't start to be a performer in this world. Don't be a fool. Don't be a mug, as we say in the UK. You don't have to live up to any world standards at all. It's all part of the matrix. It's all a mass illusion. If you follow this world, your life will not be great. It will be meaningless. I've had so many people say, Satan's not everywhere. Don't you know? Jesus is everywhere. Satan isn't everywhere. Yes. But Satan's demons know every single one of us. Don't make that mistake. Satan's demons know every single one of us. And they know what makes us tick. They know our weaknesses. They know how to get to us. From the moment we are born, the chosen ones are monitored, and a plan is put together to try to bring about our downfall. It's very wicked and evil. It's called spiritual warfare, if you didn't know. They use people to carry out, demons use people to carry out dirty work.
Oh, jeez. That wind is horrible.
I've spoken about this a lot in my videos. Demons work to patterns that have been very successful from the dawn of mankind to from the Garden of Eden to this day. It all starts with a seed of doubt the enemy plants in the minds of people. He has plenty of time to carry out his battle plans against the chosen ones. It might take a lifetime, and you might have no clue why you've been through so many situations, so much misfortune, why you've been treated so bad. You've got no clue. Why you've been a target for evil people. Morning. Why always you? You've got no clue. It's no coincidence. There has been a strategic plan against you. It's like someone going to war and you never knew it. And you never knew what was going on until this season.
Tame up pretty soon.
Now you have awakened to your calling, if that all makes sense. And people think there's no such thing as monitoring spirits and spiritual warfare. Okay, we'll see. We'll see. We'll see what happens. You're playing right into Satan's hands. From day one, your family, your school, your so-called friends, people in the workplace, your relationships, they was all on the dark side battling against you. The Apostle Paul talks about it. We battle against principalities and forces and evil in high places, not flesh and blood. It's not the people that was evil, but some say it was. It's the forces of evil that lay within them. But Satan is already...
Okay. All right. I've had enough. Let me explain some things on this video. The other videos are mostly social and political and personal, interactions from man to man. But what's going on here, he's doing the religious viewpoint of the thing on the planet that runs the planet and has infected people. And essentially what he calls a demon, I call an astral entity that attaches to you and possesses you over time. And I've gone through that, and it sucks because the end result is in extreme self-harm. You can harm others or harm yourself through that sort of thing. The principles in the scriptures are designed to try to keep you outside the psychological and metaphysical realm of the negativity on the planet. But if they have a target on you and they really want to burn your ass, they can try to get past your protections. And there's a lot of things you could do to try to resolve it. You can try to recover from being hit. Like somebody comes up to you and they sucker punch you spiritually. You can try to spiritually recompose yourself. But by the time you get halfway there, they just give you another sucker punch. You see what I'm saying? And they keep badgering on you until you're down. And sometimes people don't want to get up anymore. And that's one of the greater challenges of this life is no matter how badly the Satan machine, and it is a fucking machine, trust me, Satan's a fucking machine. No matter how badly it gets in your head and defeats you, you have to keep trying to live your life. and struggling against all opposition, not just him. So be aware, there are minions that are more like demon people, and there are entities out there that we would call demons that are spiritual entities that can possess you. There's astral parasites that can suck the life out of you. There's all kinds of shit out there. But you're not supposed to be concerned over that. You're supposed to be focusing on living your little kitty cat life here. Living your life, not worrying about astral warfare. If somebody hits you in the astral, you need to learn how to defend yourself and how to recover yourself. And that's it. You know, you got to get back on that horse, brush yourself off and say, fuck you too, and just keep riding into the sun. You know, there's no reason for you to have a pity party or quit unless that thing gets in your head and convinces you that you're nobody, you're nothing. See, it used my mother to program me with all kinds of intense negative emotions, and it's hard to overcome that when you're young, because when you're young, you're an emotional body, okay, for the most part. But when you get older, you get a thicker skin, you get tougher, and you get a little bit meaner, so you tend to bounce back quicker than when you're young. You're young, if you get a significant emotional hit, you tend to want to just stay down because it feels so overwhelming. But when you get older, you overcome your feelings with faith, logic, and reason, the facts. You have more faith in the facts. And the fact is, I'm victorious. You know, I am perpetually victorious even when the circumstances don't dictate that. Even if I was living in the street, I'm perpetually victorious. So anyway, and he has justification, you know, his justification is through the religion, which is where basically you stand in your authority through the blood of the Lamb and claim your victory. That would be his side of it. My victory is, yes, I stand in my authority, I claim my victory, and I claim it absolutely, and I take it to an extreme to push back all these influences in my life. My circumstances don't dictate my faith. My circumstances don't dictate who I am or anything like that, and I do everything in my power to make that so. You know, occasionally you're going to make a mistake, and all you can do is try to recover from it. Anyway, we'll let him finish up.
Already defeated. Just like that kid in the playground. He wants another fight. He has a hard time accepting a loss. He's delusional. He thinks he can win. Satan thinks he can win. The created can never overcome the creator. Unless we put on our whole armour of God. Our whole body armour of God. We have no chance of winning. Because it would be too easy to give up the fight. We should take pleasure in knowing the battle has already been won. This goldfish bowl of a planet is not our home. Our glory is waiting for us if we finish the race, if we stay strong. If we have a no surrender mentality. The foolish say there is no God, and they will be used again as pawns in Satan's battle. But the chosen ones have discernment, and they can see past the people. They can see what is really going on. I've said it before, demons can jump into people.
Oh yeah, that's
to
true.
Hunt you down and deceive you.
That's true. It's true. I know. Speak from experience. Way too much fun. Way too much fun.
The devil wants to make things worse in your life. He wants to sabotage who you are. He wants all people to act and think the same way, to look the same way. He's doing it now with young women who are sexualizing themselves in their appearance. They think if they look a certain way, or if they don't look a certain way, they won't fit in. After Satan was thrown out of heaven, he continued his rebellious behavior and became the adversary of God.
Now
Everywhere he goes, Satan loves to split up God's people.
that's a different story. Because what's going on there is the Satan thing on the planet, the black goo or the etheric femto technology, if you want to call it that, that is going to, it's programmed to do things a certain way. Okay? It's programmed to infest the planet, harvest energy, put negativity on beings. It's designed to do certain things. And what it is, what the religion is giving you in context of what he's saying is, it's saying that you have a victory, you stand in your authority, right, through the blood of the Lamb, and that Satan's a liar, a deceiver. But the truth is, Satan itself, if you ever do meet that thing, and I hope to God you don't, but you ever do meet that thing, you're going to find out that it doesn't have to lie to you. Okay? It's programmed by powerful beings, quote unquote, to lie to you and deceive you. But it itself doesn't have to lie to you. It doesn't have to. It's like you train a soldier to fight a certain way, and it just uses deception as needed. But it itself doesn't lie to you. And that a lot of people won't get that. Satan will only lie to you if it's programmed to lie to you about a particular thing. Let's say you're going through something that's authorized. You know, God authorizes Satan to tempt you. Well, then Satan will send minions over there to go ahead and deceive you. But Satan itself, as far as I understand it, as far as I've experienced it, won't have to lie to you about anything. Because, you know, he's the boss of those creatures, of those entities. So the idea that he has to lie to you is silly. But when they put the energy through your head and they trick you and manipulate you, they most definitely have to do that to get your psychology in a certain place. In other words, you have to lie to somebody to get them to screw up, okay, to make a mistake. You have to deceive them to get them to yield to certain ideas, certain energies, certain concepts, okay? You have to deceive them, just like they lie to the public and say, everything's fine, the inflation's only 3%, which is bullshit. It's complete bullshit. Anybody with any common sense knows that they're lying to us. But people put up with that shit because they don't want to fight the government. You know, they think that the government's righteously put there by God. And it's not. It's a false government. It's a satanic government. But anyway, lying to somebody, tricking somebody, manipulating somebody is usually something that being doesn't do, as far as I understand it. So if it bothers to take the time to lie to you about something, all it's doing is it's fulfilling some programming somewhere. That's what it's doing. Okay? It's not doing it because it's trying to be an asshole or something. It's doing it because it's been programmed that way. It's a machine. Machines have programming. And that's all it is. So if it's programmed to deceive you, it'll do it. But the Satan machine itself doesn't have to do that. You see? A soldier can be trained to kill you, and if he's given an order, the soldier will kill you if he's giving an order. But if he's not given an order, and you're talking to them personally, they're not going to bother lying to you. Why would they bother lying to you about anything? What for? It doesn't make any sense. I didn't get any deception out of Satan himself. I just got deception out of the energies and the esoteric little minions Those things definitely would lie to me and trick me and manipulate me, but the other ones didn't. Let's see. Let's go back here. I'm going to go back home. Let's see if I can get both these guys over there. I get both of y'all? Okay, good. Alright, we got to switch out of this because we're burning up already. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get on him. I'm going to put you to follow. And I'm going to go home. There we go. Anyway, so yeah, I came from this religious background, but I have experience that enhances my comprehension of how these things work, where it's coming from, why it exists the way it is. A lot of things in this life are just not as simple as you want to make them to be, but the religion tries to give you a structure to work with. I rebuke you in Jesus' name, blah, 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 blah. Well, the thing is, in the magic, you can say, I rebuke you in the name of cardboard, and it has the same effect. It's your thought and your intention behind that, you know, your willpower, you could say, behind that. And, you know, that's where a lot of magical practitioners, they do that sort of, wow, level 8, huh? If you see a level 8, usually there's nothing much in the mix. Yeah, it's just 96 is the highest. And this is probably, yeah, a little level. Alright. Well, let's go home. So anyway, I'll let him finish his video, but he's getting into the religion. If those of you that are offended, I do apologize. You have to understand, guys, in this world, when you're looking for help, you'll get it wherever you can. Even after I was put in the jail, I mean, I asked for help. I asked for the brethren to pray for me because I knew that their power and their intention was significant. I mean, they have faith. And that faith and that faithful good intention of helping me paid off. Without that energy that they gave me through prayer, oh man, I would have been in trouble. I would have really been gone with the wind. It would have been gone with the wind. Let's see. Why are you neutral? My God, it keeps disabling it. Are you passive? Okay. You're supposed to be passive, not neutral. Oh no, I put them on neutral before I left, I think. I think so. Okay, so let's get this done here. There we go. I seem to park you over here somewhere. Alright, so we leveled up the new bird. We got another new bird. Because remember, we lost the original Polly. Unfortunately. There we go. So, when you start mixing and matching the religious perspective, which takes time to absorb, and the esoteric perspective, which also takes time to absorb and to compare, and then on top of that, you start getting your spiritual experiences and beginning to match one for the other, you see that the magic and the spiritual mysticism on the planet are pretty much the same fucking thing. They just put it in different contexts. The religion is powerful because so many people have faith in the blood of the Lamb and all that. They have a group consciousness, faith, or good intention in the name of God. Everything, God is good and Satan is evil. But the thing is, Satan's just an errand boy for God. Even the story of Job teaches you that. If you ever read the story of Job, Satan went ahead and destroyed Job's life with God's permission, accusing him of not having, real faith and shit like that. So that's what happened. Anyway, I'm going to go to the restroom real quick. I'll go ahead and put this guy back on so he can finish his thing. And I think he's got a little bit more time, 9 more minutes.
When the church fights, it makes our enemy stronger. When they split themselves into denominations, it makes Satan happy.
No offense, but if you're paying more than $30 per month on car insurance, you're getting ripped off. Guys, so everyone is ditching their car insurance and doing this. The reason why you're likely overpaying for car insurance every month, it's because the majority of what you pay goes to commissions for the insurance agent. But my friend showed me this cool website who cuts out the middleman, cuts out the agent. That way you only pay for insurance and you're not paying hefty commissions every month. That just makes the insurance companies richer. This website has liability for just $18 per month and full coverage insurance for $1 per day. You could save up to $1,500 per year with this website, and it only takes 2 minutes to do. I put a link down to the website down below. So whatever button you see on this video, just go ahead and click that, and it's going to take you to the website. Then you're just going to answer a couple of questions like the model of your car and where you live. And that's it. Click the link and make sure you click the button at the end to get your quote.
Divisions in the church has brought great joy to Satan, but we don't see it. If only we could see that, we'd stop. Every day we need to pray against the influence that Satan has in this world, especially on young people. We have to tell the devil to leave. Leave us in the name of Jesus. Remind him. Laugh at him. Tell him he's already lost. When he tries to put that seed of doubt into our minds. The devil comes to destroy, to trick, and to split up people. The devil is real. A great many people are led down the wrong path because they don't think the devil exists. They think it's all about them. Satan is always reminding the chosen of God of their faults and their weaknesses. He can't help but hurt people. But remember, everyone did foolish things in their earlier life. Everyone has faults. No one is perfect. God wants you to be happy. He wants you to be whole. And he wants you to be content with your life. And this is rooted with a relationship with him. Don't keep beating yourself up. Don't keep telling yourself lies. This is how you hurt yourself. Don't worship anybody or anything other than God. Don't worship people. Because that's what Satan wants. He wants your eyes off God. It would be another win for the devil. Win-win. That's what he wants. If you worship people and things, you'll be caught up in the misery of this world, because whatever you put your energy into, it will let you down. It's quite simple. That is how you get depressed. Satan wants us to put our time and energy into worshipping fake things. We have to worship God and God alone, because fake things do not bring us joy.
All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Fake things don't bring you joy.
We always
but I'll
need
tell
to stay
ya,
strong.
It helps to have money.
We always need to be vigilant. We always need to be alert. We need to switch our minds on all the time and recognize when wicked people are playing childish games, because they are being used. They are the ones who are most likely to be used by Satan to attack us. And Satan hits us when we're most likely to get hurt. He knows how and when to do it. That's how he operates. That's how he does things. The devil goes after weak people first, and weak spots in your personality. But fear not. Christ can use your weak spots for his glory. You might be saying to yourself, I can't cope with the pressures of this world. I can't cope with this job. I can't cope with these people. If you feel this way, it's most likely the devil is behind it, because he created the madness of this world, of this matrix.
Technically,
Leave
was
it with
God
the Lord.
that did that.
And you're praying.
Through Satan. God did that through Satan.
Just give your
sorry.
problems to Christ. Whoever said the devil has any authority to be setting targets in your life? Whoever said? It's all an illusion. We don't need to play that game. You don't need to play it. The times when you will feel the devil's power coming against you is when you're weak. So you need to stay strong. Don't give in to your temptations. The devil doesn't have any power over your thoughts. Instead, he wants to change them. He wants to influence your mind. It's up to you to reject evil. The devil can never be allowed to run your life. Oops. So throw your worries away. It's all part of his manipulation of you.
Yeah, they're blaming the devil, but the thing is, God is behind everything.
He can never take over your life.
It's a competition.
Because you have the Bible. You have the Bible. Come on, people. It says in the Bible.
Okay, he's quoting the white magician spell book, the Bible. So if you're a true believer, the Bible will apply to you. It's a magic book, basically, that focuses your intention. It gives you a structure, and you put all your faith into it. And lots of people do that. Anything having to do with the Bible, you're essentially talking about a significantly large magical circle of good intention. That's what the Bible is. Okay? It's magic. The Lord set up this competition between good and evil so that the souls can benefit and grow throughout this reality. And that's why I tell you, all you could do is accept this as a challenge. It's a kind of challenge. And either you're up to the challenge or you're going to be weak about it and not be up to the challenge. You know, you're willing to break the eggs to get the omelet, or you're not. And that's what this reality amounts to. So I say, if you're going to break eggs, make damn sure you don't break the wrong ones, because you do that, brother, you're going to be fucked. But, you know, he's going through the scriptures. That Bible is his white spell book. And he's essentially being a white magician. He just won't say that because he doesn't see it. Anybody in a religion is just programmed to be a white magician And when you really look at the scriptures, they're really given disadvantages and taken advantage of in the scriptures. But you would have to, it would take you time to see all that shit. It doesn't just appear to you like that. You have to take years of studying both sides, comparing things, doing experiments before you can derive that kind of conclusion. That, or you get higher level training in magic, in which case they'll tell you this is what the religion is, blah, blah, blah. It's up to you. Good luck with the Masons and all that. I don't trust any of those guys.
To fear the Lord is to honor God and not the devil. Stay happy. You have the power of God within you. Stay cheerful. Refuse to let yourself to get depressed. Say it to yourself, or say it out loud. I refuse to let myself get depressed. And most of all, keep loving God. Because God would never put fear inside of you. If you have fear, you know it is only coming from one evil source, from Satan. Thank you for listening today. I nearly fell over a few times. Hope you've enjoyed the walk. I do appreciate you watching. I hope everybody's doing good. Hello to my haters as well. Let me know in the comments. Sorry, I sometimes don't get the chance to answer every single comment, but I'm working full time as well, and this is my day off. But I enjoy what I'm doing, and I'm glad that people have the time to watch. I'm very grateful, and I appreciate you all. Thank you. Bye bye.
Yeah, brothers just having the faith, trying to pass on a basic magical or spiritual, if you want to go spiritual, understanding of how things work. The scriptures, you go within the context of the scriptures and you'll be treated with the honor and the respect within the context of the scriptures. But in the real world, some of these motherfuckers, they'll gank you. They will gank you, leave you there bleeding, and say, you deserve it, baby. That sort of shit. They're just as bad as a human that's pissed off. So be very careful. I got demon possessed. I honestly did. And nobody wants to believe me because they haven't had that experience. Once you have that experience, you're going to be like, oh shit. Psoto was right. I need some black pearls, man. To go down there and get black pearls. Okay, so I'm making some more cryos because I'm going to start cryoing my creatures. So I need a couple more cryo fridges. I have just enough electronics for that. I don't have enough electronics to do the more advanced stuff I wanted to do, but that's fine too. Let's see. I guess I can put one more here and then put one on this side, and that'll be fine. I don't think I have one made. Do I have a pre-made one? Another bed. No, I'll have to go over there and make this thing. Okay. I don't know why that's there. Must have accidentally put that there. Okay. Oh yeah, that's right. Polly needs fish. Shit. I should have some fish somewhere. There's a little bit. Alright, I'll take Polly out first to try to go get some more fish for Polly, because those guys only eat fish, so you have to put fish in their inventory. Anyway, it's refreshing listening to a brother. You know, I just got out of the religion because what it does is it sucks you up into that very rigid structure and makes everything absolute, but in the world, everything is just wide open. It's not structured. And it all is a matter of test and how much your good intentions are worth, how strong your good intention is. Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to make a motorboat, you know, the one that uses gas and kind of screw around, but I've done that so many times and I don't even have the black pearls for it. So I'm like, maybe I shouldn't bother. Looks like there's a landmass down there. Let's see if this thing stays. Yeah, that takes me back, man. That's how I was. And, you know, I'll bind things and name Jesus now and again just because that's my programming, you know. That's how my thought process works. But I can just say I bind it. I don't have to say in the name of this or that, you know. And I do bind a lot of things that piss me off. Man, the levels suck. Yeah, I really missed that 240 Rex. That would have been nice. But thing is, Rexes are huge, and I'm not going to fight any more bosses. I'm already level 107. I could increase my levels by getting the Ingrams, or not the Ingrams, the notes. You have to get all the notes for all the maps, I think, to get more levels. I have to look it up. I don't even know if that's even active for this particular server cluster. Wanted to get this guy some fish. Let's see if there's fish over here. Should be some fish somewhere. Kind of hard to see the fish. Used to be able to do this. Oh yeah, you still can. Okay. You can somewhat see fish. Oh, I see fish there, but they're not the ones you want to interact with. Those are the jellyfish. Wait, here's a fish. Okay, that's something. Yeah, they get bonuses to kill fish. So You should always be able to feed your own pelagornis with itself. You shouldn't have to worry about using another creature to feed it. See? And even if the fish are pretty low, like way down there, usually you can get it. Okay, that's too low. Okay. How much fish we got? Oh, 194. Okay, that's another one. Yeah, this is only a level 120 basis, so it stands to reason that it wouldn't have a lot to work with. So it takes a while to fill it up. There we go. There will be some fish somewhere. I did manage to nab a couple of sharks the other day. So I got some of those guys there. Oh, let's see if we can harvest from the trilobite. I never tried it on a trilobite. Oh, we just got chitin. I was hoping to get more. Another trilobite. Trying to harvest pearls from the trilobite. Normally you do it manually. All this damn fuzz in the air here. I can't even see where they're going. Okay, so I think that was it. So it got chitin and meat. Shit. How much fish? Okay, it's got plenty of fish now. Oh, it got oil too. So it did harvest some oil from the trilobite. There. Shit, that's a lot of trilobites there. Yeah, my tiger would rip the shit out of this. It doesn't have a lot of power, so it's trying to kill it slowly. Yeah, it's hardly worth it. Okay, I think we're almost done. It's good to know that there are trilobites over here. Let's see. Any more drops? Blue drop over there. Alright, so it looks like he's got enough fish on him. Let me see if I can snag this. Maybe I can, maybe I can't. I don't know. Let's go back home. I just wanted to feed him. I need to make a bunch of cryos, at least 2 more cryo stations to keep everything organized. And so far, I don't have an idea as to how they're doing their mutations. I know there's a couple of pieces of different equipment for that, but that's it. So I also have to find a way to get more pearls. I know that over there on Scorched Earth, there's pearls in the ground, but you know, they could have. All they have to do is build a base next to where the pearls are, and they won't respawn. And it's in one of the good areas, so that's why it's kind of dangerous that they even would consider that. But anyway, yeah, you can't tell people where to build their base. You have rules, and if they don't follow the rules of where to build the base, then you can get upset with them if you want, but it's not going to help you. Oh, I did get pearls. I didn't know that. Cool. Yeah, to create this, you need 500 electronics, which means I need 1,500 pearls plus the metal to make it. It takes 3 pearls and 1 metal. So I need 500 metal and 1,500 pearls. You know. Now you could do that quickly if you have an anglerfish. If you tame an anglerfish and you prevent it from getting killed, you know, you don't get yourself in trouble, then you can get a shitload of pearls quickly and then get the hell out of there. But anglerfish are kind of low. They're deep in the water. Alright guys, it's an hour and 22 minutes. I'm going to go ahead and just continue the video. I'm just going to go make more cryos and so on. And thank you for watching. I hope you were blessed with some knowledge, some understanding, so that you don't panic. If you ever meet a religious person, don't panic. They are there to convert you to what they perceive as good intention, but that good intention has been corrupted over time, and you're better off just using your moral and ethical values. But the problem is that this world and business don't care about your moral and ethical values. They only care about what they want, which sucks. But yeah. All right. Let's see. See, I got 2 megalodons. Both are weak as hell, but you use those megalodons to get other megalodons. You know, that's how you do it, even if you have to sacrifice those. All right. Well, take care. Thank you for watching.